Almost cheated on my so and got caught. I'll start by saying that what I did was wrong and I know that. I love my BF very much and want to fix this. I, F27, have been together with my boyfriend, M24, for 1.5 years. We both are in love and pretty much do everything to make each other happy. Last week I was invited to a type of reunion of friends that I made is school. I knew that my exes might be there, so I told this to my BF. He said he would prefer if I don't go or just keep my distance from them. Honestly, the second thing was reasonable, so I told him that I would just stay away from them and he was like okay. I asked him to pick me up from the party at 11 p.m. At the party I was pretty much with the girls group that I hung out in school with and we were having fun. They all were drinking and convinced me to also drink. I don't drink, so I was hesitant, but since everybody was doing it, I started drinking. A few drinks later I started to feel nauseated. After a little while, I remember a guy made a move on me and I kinda liked it. I was pretty drunk, so my judgment was impaired. I do feel guilty that I liked it. We didn't make out or anything, but he invited me to follow him and we went into a room. He was pretty drunk too, as I remember he stumbled and tripped while walking. We went into the room, he starts taking his clothes off and I followed. When I was almost naked, I realized what was happening and stopped. I just tried to put my clothes back on because I knew if anybody saw us it would look like we just had time. Knowing my luck, my BF comes to pick me up, comes into the room that my friends told him I was in, and sees me half naked with a completely nude dude. He didn't say a word and just closed the door and went away. I remember the disappointment and hurt on his face. We haven't talked for the whole week. The same night I received a text from him that he was done with me. I have tried contacting him, he doesn't pick up. I tried going to his apartment, but the security guard doesn't let me enter his building. All our mutual friends also hate me now and none of them are talking to me. I feel horrible about myself and have cried a lot. I was drunk and I would never cheat on him and I didn't. Is there a way to fix this? I have run out of options to try and just talk to him. Have anyone been in a somewhat similar situation? All advice would be appreciated. Comment 1. I was drunk and I would never cheat on him and I didn't. Very many I in this text. You did not even think about your boyfriend before you were almost naked. And yes, you were unfaithful. When you entered the room you knew what was going to happen. And you cannot blame this on alcohol. Not much else you can do without letting him be and move on. What you can do with your friends is ask the guy who was naked in the room if he now remembers to tell you that you stopped yourself and can confirm this. But let your now ex move on. Comment 2. If I'm reading this correctly, it wasn't even you ex that you ended up in the room with. That means that the open, honest, and healthy conversation you and your BF had about handling the ex is completely worthless. He's now realized that it isn't just one guy that he needs to worry about, it is every random flirty dude you meet at a party. He has likely decided that a relationship with you is not worth that kind of investment in anxiety and insecurity. Your entire post reads like someone who isn't taking accountability and is trying to minimize her actions. If you can't even accept 100% of the blame on this and realize that it was cheating, how can you expect him to want to have any contact at all? As soon as he asks you why you cheated on him and you say, "I didn't cheat on you," you are telling him that his feelings and the literal physical pain he is likely dealing with is unwarranted because you didn't put this dude inside you, so anything up to that is no big deal. Leave him alone. If he reaches out, you need to accept responsibility for everything and deny nothing. You can explain the truth to him, but I wouldn't believe you and you shouldn't expect him to. Comment 3. The best thing you can do now is let go with love. Don't chase him, don't call him, don't talk to his friends. Let him be, let him process this. If in time he wants to hear your side of this, he will let you know. But it sounds like you need to work on yourself before you try and settle down with someone, him or anyone else. Comment 4. You were not in an open relationship and therefore you cheated for doing this, or at least crossed your boyfriend/ex's line. You can try to explain the situation to him, but leave him alone if he doesn't want to talk/hear about it. If so, move on. Maybe stay away from alcohol for a while and make your priorities. It doesn't sound like your relationship was your number one priority. I'm sorry for saying so. Comment 5. Regardless that you didn't cheat, maybe being drunk and naked with another guy in the room was enough of a boundary crossed for him that he doesn't want anything more to do with you. If that's the case, all you can do is learn from it, heal, and in time I'm sure your friends will come around. Hopefully they will believe you. Comment 6. Regardless of your views on whether or not you cheated, what's important now is that he has made it clear he no longer wishes to remain in contact with you. Don't keep calling or texting him and stop going to his place. That is an extreme invasion of his privacy. You need to leave him alone now. Comment 7. It also sounds like she's trying to minimize her responsibility by blaming the alcohol. She was cognizant of what she was doing, and alcohol doesn't magically make you a cheater. If she doesn't take full ownership of what she did and unpack why she did it, it's always possible it will happen again given the right circumstances. Comment 8. You did cheat. You may not have had time, but you went into a secluded room and got naked with the intent of getting intimate. That is not something someone in a committed relationship does. Let your so go, he would be crazy to not dump you. Work on yourself so you can be committed in your next relationship. If I walked in on that, there is no way the relationship would ever continue. Comment 9. The only reason she is hanging in there is because he is now a lawyer, so yes, that would be a good catch. But she will cheat on him again in the future. She has already shown him she wants other men more than him. So why would you marry her and have kids? That would be stupid. No love. Child support and alimony are all that await him. Comment 10. Nope, she's a cheater and she deserves what she gets. He's just hanging about till something better comes along, and I don't blame him. I get fed up of people saying you need to forgive and get over it. Once you cheat, the trust is gone forever, that's it, done, and saying I'm sorry and it meant nothing doesn't change it and won't make it better or fit it. Comment 11. What did you think the end result would be after having a month-long affair? He would just say, it's no big deal, we can just forget about this and move on. No, it doesn't work like that. Fact is, you aren't marriage material. You did something to your boyfriend so heinous that he is forever emotionally scarred by it. Before you did that, he could only think of marriage and kids with you, 100% having his trust in you, 100% respect for you by keeping himself faithful. And now, when he looks at you, he loves you, but can't fully trust you and won't commit to entangling your finances, home, and him putting it all on the line for someone he can't fully trust. You burnt that bridge. Maybe, years down the line, if there are no other issues, he may change his mind, but it won't be anytime soon. It's a consequence of your shitty actions. Comment 12. Well, the BF did get up in her most beautiful and fertile years. Now she can leave the relationship since marriage is off the table as the whole wall incoming. Oh well, wonder where they live. Being common law is pretty much the same as marriage anyway if they stay together for any length of time. Especially if promise rings or one or the other calls their partner hubby or ball and chain type deal. If they live in a location with common law, those rings is as good as the real thing legally. Shrug. Comment 13. I wonder if these two live in a common law state. If they do, most common law states don't have a time limit at which point you are married. It depends on how you portray yourselves. If you portray yourselves as husband and wife, then in the eyes of the state you are. It usually takes something like filing taxes jointly or qualifying for an earned income credit if you have a child before you fall under the eyes of the government. Sometimes even a joint checking account can do it, but telling friends and neighbors you are husband and wife would most certainly do it. Then if he wants to split up, all she has to do is bring it up, and to divorce court they have to go. Comment 14. These commentators and their advice in general is disgustingly bad. What these fools fail to realize is that they both still love each other. He admitted that their relationship has been good after she cheated for years. He's even willing to wear a ring, so there is something to work with. The problem is that he never got to fully work out his feelings over the cheating, and she didn't do a good enough job, if any, on helping him get over it. Getting into therapy with him and working everything out from square one will help them both big time, even if they break it off. How hard is that to say? Comment 15. Yeah, people should really reconsider what marriage actually is today. It's a contract with the government, nothing more. The Disney wedding is a fairy tale, and the old marriage was a way to link two families together for work/political/monetary reason, which is obviously not the case anymore. Marriage was something sacred, and in modern times where staying with the same person for 50+ years is less and less likely, marriage means nothing. I think currently the ratio is close to 2/3 ending in divorce, and I predict getting close to 4/5 in the next 20 years with this generation, probably less marriage too, to be honest. Anyway, for Op, I would say that once is already one too much, and she should just appreciate what she has instead on focusing on what she thinks she wants, because she risks to lose it by trying for more. A relationship should be worked on and not rushed for stupid reason. Ask yourself if you are happy in your relationship, and if you want to destroy it for freaking piece of paper and a fairy tale white dress. Peas. Another thing about marriage, a lot of couple change after it. Like it's in the bag now, I can breathe. I've seen a lot of cases where long relationship doing real great, then marriage happens. Fast forward month or years and problems start to appear, less intimacy, more repetitivity, less adventure and more habits. I have a couple friends that decided to divorce but stayed together, and they told me it's been great and way better than before. It forced them to work on it, not because of their marriage but thanks to their closer bond after divorcing.
Thanks you for watching Everyday New Movies. See you soon.